screw ups, making it snappy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Snappy. You're on with Mon,
And with Don,
and we make our own opportunities in the span of 10 minutes. For this episode, once again, we have invited a guest here with us, so please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Julia de Los Angeles.
All right,
hi, welcome to the
welcome to
show.
the
Happy
show.
to have you here.
Thank you
Hmm.
for having me.
Of course. So, yeah, as we explained earlier, we have a 10-minute timer. We're not going to show it so that no one gets tense to not share to share. And anything that you want to say, naman, we're not going to stop you mid sentence and be like, now we're done. Just feel free to share whatever you want. But yeah, let's start the timer in three, two, one. Okay, so we saw your feature on Toyota. I watched it last night.
Oh,
Yeah, it's wow, what a freaking story. I didn't realize how early you had
thank
started
you.
all of
Mm.
this. And
Yeah.
you started with karting, right? Like
Yeah.
that was your first when you were 11, I think it said. Like
Yeah, I was 11.
how was the okay, first how was that journey and then how was the transition from that to actual racing? Because it's very different, right?
Yeah, they're very different, but then they're both considered naman actual racing, just in different forms. So yeah, I started go-karts when I was 11, and super funny because I wasn't super into it at the start. Like I liked it. I knew I liked it. I was watching F1 races with my dad. They were giving me an ATV and I'd make my own racetrack unknowingly. And then when I joined the clinic, I actually cried. I actually cried because I didn't get this one thing. And
Mm.
then I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go on with it anymore. And then I was gonna give up already. But then my dad and one of the coaches there, they were telling me to just try it again. So I did, and then I got it, and then tuloy-tuloy na. And then I my team in go karts, it parang they kind of stopped. So
Mhm.
I didn't know what I was gonna do already. And then at that time, I think that was early 2015. I was still too young to move to cars to go
Mm.
into circuit racing, so I had to wait a while. At that time, that was the start of the Vios Cup, the video that you saw. So
Yeah.
it was the start. That was the start, and because I was still too young to join, um, they had these level 1, level 2 classes where they teach you the basics, and I would just keep joining that until I was able to until I was of age already to join. So in 2017, that's when I joined the Vios Cup officially, and then I'm still here now.
Mm.
Grabe, 11. Oh my God, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. Oh, yeah, I
It's like
didn't
you
think
started driving at
personally.
11, technically.
Ayun, I didn't
Yeah.
think you would start so early, 'di ba? I mean, it's crazy, 'di ba? And alam mo yun, like going from yung sa karting to actual, racing na in the cars, diba? It must have been super awesome to see the jump that you took, diba? And of course, you said you were watching Formula One with your dad, diba, when you were younger, and now actually being able to, race also, diba? It's must have been super
Sorry.
surreal, diba? Yeah, it's no problem. We welcome dogs, diba, in our podcast. But yeah, so so you've been racing, diba? So maybe you can give us a something about like how your first race went, diba? How was it for you, diba?
My very first karting race or like cars?
Could be you could tell about both, diba? Karting or cars, diba?
Okay. So my very first karting race. So the clinic I joined, they also had like 3 races after that, and it's like we had points and all just to get the feel of it. And
Mm.
I was just doing it for fun. And then there's this track. I think it was in Pasay because it was called Boomland.
Mhm.
So that was one of the races. It's not there anymore now. It's so sad. But then yeah, the one of the races was there, and then I didn't know where my position was, and then
Mm.
at the end I found out na lang na I was on the podium pala. So I was like, oh my god,
Oh,
that was my very, very first podium. And then my trophy at the time was like a glass like plate. It was
Mm,
so cool.
oh, that's so
And
dope.
then and then after that I just started joining races na. And then for cars naman, my very first race, I was saling pusa, honestly.
mm,
Cause like I wasn't sanay with driving stick that time,
mm,
and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I was like, oh, I'll just drive. I'll just get the feel of things. So I was like the backmarker at the time, and then I was just having fun. Like even if I was there, I would see everyone's a front. Like they were dicing, they were like bumping each other, they drop and whatever. And it was just so fun to see from the back that time. Now I've improved naman, I think. I'm in the middle, getting there.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Driving a stick pa lang like regularly in a regular car, it's already
Yeah,
so
it's
hard, di ba?
yeah.
I mean, every time I break down, like when it stops, di ba, in the middle of the road, especially during my driving classes back then, I would like just shut down, like panic, di ba? What more like in a race, di ba, where you have to like constantly, man, it's crazy.
So when you drive in like real life, like do you still like see it in the from the view of like a
Mm.
racer? Like when you're on an actual like road in traffic, like do you still have that
Honestly,
drive to be like I can beat
sometimes,
all of these people? Like
sometimes, but then I'm still a defensive driver, I think.
Mm, that's
Like, you
good.
know, some because in the racetrack we have hairpins. So
yeah.
that's just like a U-turn slot.
Mm.
And sometimes when there are no cars, I'd be like, oh, what if I take it like a hairpin? Or if like when I'm passing someone's a highway, it's
Mm.
yeah, it's like oh, it's like I'm racing, but then obviously being more careful and not actually stepping on it.
Mm. That's fun, no? Yeah. Man, and alam mo, like recently, like well, during the pandemic, diba? Parang there's been a sudden interest in racing and Formula One, diba? Like I've
Hmm.
seen friends on Instagram who I've known for a while, pero suddenly they're posting stories about Formula
Yeah.
One, diba? I'm like, whoa, where did this come from, diba? Like, like how does it feel then? Na parang, the sport that you're in is suddenly getting like, so much attention, diba, nowadays. Increased interest, diba? Whether you're
Mhm.
just watching a fan or maybe you're considering also trying it out, diba? So, how does it feel, being a part of the sport and then seeing people appreciate it more?
It's so cool. Like because when I started, people would ask me how I got into it, why I'm into it, and then I'd
Mm.
always bring up Formula One. And then no one really at the time, no one really knew it existed. No one really knew what it was. And
Yeah,
to see
diba?
how it transitioned to now, na everybody they're like super suddenly like everyone's diehard, and then like they're
Yeah.
fighting about the drivers and all. It's just
Mm.
so cool that like other like more people can appreciate motorsports and they can see the fun in it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, diba? Parang like the pandemic kind of brought to light, some of the not just sports, but like anything in general that
Yeah.
I feel like should have been getting more attention because it's really cool, diba?
It's such a cool thing,
Mm,
and this is the fact that it's kind of blowing up again right now. Because I know Formula One had a lot of like fans before, but now it's just
mm,
like people who have no like
Yeah.
who never expressed any interest in it. You just see bigla na lang they're like super fanboys, fan reels, and they're like
Yeah.
watching from
mm,
like bars and shit. I'm like, when the hell did all of this just like blow up? Like, did
Or
we
people would
miss
like
like
wait
the
up to watch the
yeah,
races.
exactly.
yeah,
Like what
diba?
when in the world did
Yeah.
everyone get into
It's so
this?
cool.
Mm,
It is. It's such a yeah. It's such a. It's not. It's such a uniquely like specific sport. I think because anyone who likes I guess cars in general, you'd be interested in something like that. But all of the science that goes behind it, like I started watching the F1 Netflix show. I didn't realize how
Mm-hmm.
much like technical like aspects go into
mm,
like actually making the freaking car, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's not a wheel, it's a freaking controller that like they have to
mm,
use like all of this, and then they make them go around 200 times. Like holy shit! Like
Mhm.
kaya pala stuff like blows up and like oh my god, it's so.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
It's such a
remember when I
crazy
was
thing.
karting. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Mm.
I remember when I was karting, I'd be at the track almost every weekend, and then when I see at the end of the day how many laps I've done, it's like 100 plus,
Oh
and
Shit.
man.
it's just going around and around. And then people would ask me, "Do you ever get dizzy? Because you're just going around the same track." And I was like, "No," because there are turns and there's straights and everything. So yeah, no.
Oo nga, no? Parang it makes you wonder na. It does make you dizzy, diba? Because you're going to the same thing, you know. But it's fun, diba? Like going fast, diba? And doing the
Mm.
turns and whatnot. Yeah,
It's like you're a
awesome.
human Hot Wheels car. Like on the on the main track.
Minus the
Yeah,
really
like in
crazy
the
ones.
tracks that you see in like Glorieta, the ones of like the mechanical cars that people freaking build. It's like that, diba? It's paulit-ulit lang, but for some reason people love watching it. So I can understand in real life
Yeah.
how it would be even more engaging to see something like that. Because all the
Mhm.
fans of F1, they just sit and they watch
Mhm.
their favorite driver pass by every like
Yeah.
what, diba? That's such a thrilling thing to be like they made it to this lap, so like
Mhm.
it's pretty cool. Okay,
Yeah,
so
and wait, I do have one
oh,
more
go ahead,
question
go ahead.
before we do the final one.
Fine, man, fine.
Mm. So with anything that we get into, diba? For example, you being a racer, diba? Us being podcasters, diba? We learn, many things, diba? So is there anything that you've learned, during being a racer, that you have applied in your everyday life, outside of racing?
I think the biggest thing is that I believed in myself more,
Mm.
because now it's so easy to be pulled down, and like it's so easy to be pulled down, and parang it's so hard to move forward knowing that, for example, like there are people who are discouraging you from doing things. And if you don't believe in yourself, then that can really take a toll on you, because you wouldn't know what you can achieve in whatever you wanted to get into if you didn't believe in yourself, if you didn't like try it, if you didn't like jump and just take the risk and YOLO.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
that's the biggest thing. I just believed in myself more, and I guess that really helped in making me reach things I reach now.
Yeah, awesome.
Great, perfect. Damn. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we have one last question. It doesn't nothing to do with like racing or anything. It's just something fun that we do. We ask every guest that we have on this minisode series. So we like hand wrote like 30 super like all over the place questions, and we numbered them from 1 to 30. And every time we have a guest on this minisode series, we ask them to pick a number between 1 to 30, and whatever the question is, just have them answer it. And some of these like go really all over the place, but it's nothing too like intense. It's really just like random like trivial stuff. So go ahead, pick a number from 1 to 30.
Let's go in the middle, 15.
15.
15. Okay, who's your celebrity crush, both local and foreign?
Mm.
Oh, celebrity crush. Okay, local. Recently, it's been Donnie Pangilinan.
That's a given. I think half the world is freaking in
Yeah.
Yeah.
love with him now. Yeah.
Mm.
And then international, I actually like K-pop. So,
Oh,
like,
okay.
BTS.
Yeah, okay.
BTS.
Just
Everyone.
all of them. Just all of them.
All
All
of them.
seven of them.
It's all of them.
How about a racer? Meron bang racer?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say a racer. I was like, oh, okay.
Racer? Pwede naman. Hmm. Charles.
Mm.
Leclerc.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he's like freaking he's dominating. So
Orlando.
Oh. Mm.
interesting.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Top picks right there.
All right, guys. If any of you are listening to this, you guys heard it here.
Mm.
Okay, so that's more than 10 minutes. Z, that was so fast.
Oh,
It's like
sorry.
5 minutes long. No, we've never hit the 10-minute mark ever. That's
I
I
think
think
Really?
that's
once.
becoming part of our niche now. Na we say 10 minutes and that means like Filipino time. So
Yeah.
like that means 15, 20.
Maybe it's
Like
a sign na you have to increase it a bit.
I'm
Well, we
scared
did
if we say
before.
20, they're gonna do 40. Eh. That's why
But
better
Mm.
na
that's
lang
true.
to yeah. But is
Mm.
there anything that you want to plug? Like you want people to follow your socials, or if you want people to like apply to the whatever school you went to for your racing,
Yeah.
like more. I think more people should
Oh,
really like be into this because I'm sure all those F1 fans they always have that wonder that what if I became a racer too? Like, oh, how
Mm-hmm.
would my life be? And you're kind of
it's
living it right
actually
now,
quite
so
impossible.
yeah, that's why.
So yes, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at Julia.delos on Instagram. And so like we also have the Vios Cup coming soon, the Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup. It's gonna start in July, first week of July. So if you wanna watch, it's gonna be on Toyota Motor Philippines Facebook page. And then if you wanna get into racing, I know the go-karts is a really good place to start, and I'm pretty
Mm.
sure there are good academies that you can join. Yes. And then for if you wanna get into the VS Cup, there's we have this level one, level two, the same thing that I joined, and they just opened it up again after I think 2 years. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
you can check it out if you wanna try, or like if you just wanna try getting into a race car and driving around the track, you can also just join level one, level two for fun.
Oh, that'd be
Yes, thank
cool.
you.
Honestly, that'd be so fun. Like,
Diba?
It really is fun. I mean, I've done it multiple times and I never got bored of it.
Mm.
So
interesting one. Let's go. Let's
That's our
do like
sign. That's our
one or
sign,
two
Mark.
yeah.
sessions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was super awesome. It was great, meeting you and, hearing your stories also. And yeah, I just love seeing, sports, the motorsports like F1, racing get more recognition, diba? From everybody, diba? So yeah, keep doing what you're doing and good luck, diba, with future races also. So we'll follow and support you also, diba? So yeah.
Thank you.
So, with that said, this has been another Screw Up Snappy. We hope you guys had fun with this episode. We sure did. And we'll see you guys next time.